vlogging.
Alex, what's happening in California?
Well, it's hard to tell so far. It's only the first couple weeks, but there have been a lot of signs that I think we would consider encouraging. One of them is that the governor made a special visit to the valley to talk about safe drinking water issues, which is something that we've been concerned about, something that we supported last year, some of the legislative proposals to develop a fund for safe drinking water for communities who lack it. Many of those are in the valley. So that was important to see. It was also important that he appointed Wade Crowfoot, the Secretary for Natural Resources, and Wade is someone that we respect and we think is going to be a good person to work with on valley water issues, which is obviously one of the biggest priorities for us. Right now, at least two of our executive team members, our CEO Jason Phillips and our COO Doug DeFlitch, are in Washington, D.C. having meetings with members of Congress, their staff, and administration officials.
Well, good morning, Central Valley. This is Doug DeFlitch, the COO for Friant Water Authority. We're about to go into the Department of Ag building and meet with the Undersecretary to talk about Frank Kern Canal subsidence and the San Joaquin Valley Blueprint.
The top priorities for them out there are working on the repairs for the Friant Kern Canal and trying to figure out what to do for funding or financing options. There is some funding that we know we have in 2019, but longer term we're going to need a little bit more in order to get the full host of repairs done that we think we need in order to restore the canal. So that's a big one, and that's meetings with folks at Interior, I believe there are meetings with folks at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and we're also going to be having meetings with, again, Hill staff and members. So we have a pretty small executive team, and so one of the things that I do, I work with our other 4 to 5 other executive members, our CEO and our Chief Operating Officer and some of the other folks, legal counsel and special counsel, to work on legislative issues either at the state level or the federal level. I coordinate with congressional staff and members at their offices on issues or legislation, what have you. Also work on some regulatory processes at the state and federal level, as well as oversee all of our communications and external affairs activities.
What's your favorite food?
Thai.
What's your favorite color?
Pink.
What's your favorite social platform?
I think the one that I like using the best is probably Twitter, because I have the most fun with it, and it's also a good way to work on professional contacts and that sort of thing. But I probably share mostly kid photos on Facebook and Instagram.
And what kind of hobbies do you have?
Well, I have 2 small children, so I don't really have hobbies, or rather my hobbies include things like laundry, but before I had kids, it was things like snowboarding, golf, reading. I'm a big nerd, so I like science and archaeology and natural history, all those types of things.